hot? Is it hot or is it just me? Yeah, it's not me. Today I'm gonna be doing the things I tell my teenage self tag. So honestly, I don't regret any of the things I did back then because I really feel like it helped me become the person I am today. However, I have to admit that if there were someone to kind of guide me a little, my life would have been easier and I wouldn't have had to learn the hard way, I guess. I was trying to figure out how I would do this tag, so I decided I'm gonna start from 13 and then work all the way up until 18, okay? So from 13, I would tell the 13-year-old me not to be so afraid of people. Back then, I was just scared wherever I went because I went to a school that was in quite a rough area, I guess. So, you know, and I was also very small and I was one of the very few Asians in my high school. So, you know, I was teased a lot because of my height and, you know, because of my skin color, and I was just ashamed to be Chinese. You know, I experienced the whole, you're good, ching chang chong, but thinking back, things could have been a lot worse. I mean, how ignorant and non-educated could these people be to say that to me? And, you know, just thank goodness I'm not them. Just realized that in high school you really can't avoid the drama, you know. Back then everybody is just drama queens, but realize you're not alone. Everybody is just trying to find themselves. Moving on to the 14-year-old myself, I would tell myself that, you know what, it's absolutely fine to just be yourself. It's okay to be different. And I think at 14 I was at an age where I was just trying to fit in, so I would just go with the norm and I would be anybody but myself. So be yourself because it really does suit you best. My 15-year-old myself, I would tell myself to remove all of that makeup. I wore far too much makeup back then. I probably had the entire Maybelline's range all in my face. I had eyeshadow that would go up to my brows, my face, the whole, at least 3 shades different from my neck because I used to wear bronzer like all over. And then I applied my blusher like in circle motion, so it's like a little clown. The girls in my high school started to wear makeup really early, and back then the look was, you know, awful makeup. I would tell myself to go easy on makeup. Don't be pressured into it. Just because other people are wearing makeup early doesn't mean you have to, you know. And even if you do want to experiment with makeup, just gently work it up, you know. You don't have to wear the entire thing to your face. I mean, when you're young, your skin is still growing, so you don't have to wear foundation. So I would recommend just starting with, you know, some eyeliner, mascara, and lip gloss, and you know, you're good to go. Speaking of makeup, another really important thing is just to be hygienic. I believe that my skin was so bad back then was because I had, not only because my hormones, you know, because I was going through puberty, but because I was just not good with my hygiene. I didn't remove my makeup properly. I never cleaned my makeup with sponges. I would leave my makeup liner with the lid open. It was just terrible. Make sure you apply your makeup with clean tools. Make sure you remove your makeup properly, and make sure you store your makeup properly as well. Okay, now 16-year-old myself. When I was 16, near the end, I met Tim, as you guys know, who is now my fiance. Forgot to wear my ring. But before that, I had my very first boyfriend. And because it was a first relationship, we were so clueless. And my advice to myself is don't let having a boyfriend completely rule your world. Obviously, looking back, I know my ex-boyfriend didn't mean it, but it was just really hard. It was so difficult because we just argued all the time, and I don't know, for whatever reason, he made me ditch my friends. He made me give up dancing, which is a huge passion for me back then. And yeah, he was just always jealous. It wasn't just him that did wrong. Obviously, I didn't know how to handle situations either. I believe that we jumped into a relationship far too soon. And yeah, just understand your worth. Know that you are worth it. You deserve to be respected. However, at the same time, if I didn't go through what I did with my ex, you know, Tim and I wouldn't have worked out so well because we went through it all. We didn't want to like make the same mistakes again. So that's one thing. But another thing is never feel like you should be pressurized to, you know, to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. It doesn't mean you're lame or anything. I think, if anything, I think it's a great idea that people learn to understand themselves a little bit more, know what they want in a relationship. There's definitely more to life than having a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Now to 17-year-old myself, oh boy, my advice is don't be a bitch. I don't know why, but I was at an age where I guess I was just insecure. I wanted to protect myself, so I acted in a certain way that I wasn't a pleasant person at all. I would butt myself into business that isn't even mine. I would get myself into like little bitch fights, you know? In fact, it was very unattractive to see a girl like act a certain way and just say such ugly words. At 18 years old, I would tell myself that life, thoughts get better. I guess at 18 I was in high school. I really didn't have a lot of friends. I just worked really hard, and at times I did feel very alone. Working hard is definitely going to be worth it because there's more to high school. Sometimes when you're in high school you think, oh, that's all there is, but after high school there's such a big world. As tempting as it may seem, don't just work for money. Don't live someone else's dream. It doesn't matter how much money you get when you're miserable doing what you do. Last but not least, the most important advice I would tell myself is to love yourself. I spent most of my teen years just loathing myself. You know, you gotta be your own best friend. You gotta water and care for yourself instead of stomping on yourself. Obviously today I learned that in order to love myself, I must learn to love other people first. But because back then, like I told you guys, I was bitter, I was just a bitch. I was just an ugly person in the inside. So it was, no wonder that I felt ugly on the outside as well. So that is really the advice I would tell my teenage self. To the guys, don't worry about the random boners that will phase off. Yeah, but okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, guys. I shall talk to you guys very soon. Bye everyone!